Now, a new network of maths hubs is being opened in order to help pupils here catch up with students around the world. Well, Dr. Emily Grossman is a maths tutor and she joins us from our central London studio. Do you agree that we can learn a lot from other countries, particularly countries in Eastern Asia?
I think these maths hubs are a fantastic idea. I think in this country it's become sort of socially acceptable to be mathematically innumerate, to say, oh, I'm rubbish at maths. It's just not very cool to be good at maths. It's seen as a sort of geeky subject, and I think a lot of people are scared of it. And as you say, I think a lot of this is to do with the teaching, and we can really learn a lot from countries that have more perhaps inspiring, less dry methods of teaching that make maths exciting, that make it relevant to everyday life. For me as a teacher, the most important thing is finding ways of explaining maths that are in touch with what children and students and teenagers are actually up to. So using mobile phone price plans to explain rates of change, or algebra explained by how many plates of chips can you buy at a music festival and still have money left over for a donut. And talking about maths in everyday life as you grow up, using it for credit card bills, or explaining a mortgage rate, or working out what electricity price plan to go for. So it really is relevant, and it really is something that can be really fun and exciting as well. And seeing it as a problem-solving exercise, seeing solving problems as something exciting. One of my students said to me recently, I just got an adrenaline buzz from solving an equation. And that was someone who really thought maths wasn't for her. She was very creative and thought that the two things couldn't go together, that it was one or the other. And I think teaching methods, which perhaps over in Shanghai and other countries in Eastern Asia, are really the answer for that, to do it in a way that really is exciting and fun.
And a lot of teachers here would say that they make their classes fun. I mean, one of the myths potentially, or certainly the images that some of the Asian classes have, is a lot of learning by rote, an awful lot of time and energy as well going into maths lessons. Are you saying that that's not the case?
No, I'm saying that that does happen here, absolutely, that it is inspiring here, but that we can only advantage from seeing other techniques. I absolutely don't agree with learning by rote at all, but perhaps there are some ways where there are other inspiring methods that could work for students here, and it's up to teachers here to take on whichever methods work for them and they think will work for the students. But I think it's only a good thing to be able to bring in any external influences and support that we can from other countries that perhaps have a system that is inspiring to more students.
You talked about the importance of maths being cool. Do you think that's one of the problems? Do you think we don't give maths a high enough credibility in this country?
I absolutely think we don't. I mean, it's not cool to say, oh my gosh, I don't read, but it is cool to say, hey, I'm rubbish at maths, I can't split a bill between 5 people. Well, all you have to do is knock off a 0, divide by 10, and then times by 2. And people don't do that because they just think it's not cool and it's quite funny not to be able to do basic maths, not to know that when we say that 1 in 5 students in this country don't go on to study maths above GCSE level, to not know that that's a fraction, and we could say it as a percentage, which is 20%, or we could say that for every one that does study maths, 4 don't, and then that's a ratio. And people don't actually think that that's something that's relevant or interesting, or that they even care about and want to go on and learn about and want to use in their everyday lives, unless they're going to be a mathematician.
Is there enough time in the curriculum to focus on maths? Is it a simple matter of number of hours that pupils spend in maths lessons that's making a difference?
I think that's helpful. I think more time spent on it would be better, and I think the new core maths that's being brought in as a qualification below A level, but for students who want to go on and study past GCSE, is also going to help that, because it's a way of bringing maths into those who do enjoy it but perhaps aren't so strong at it and don't think they want to do maths careers. But I think, yes, more time spent on it, but also the way in which it's approached, the way in which it's talked about in the media, the role models that are out there available to show that maths is something that's interesting and fun, and we should all be doing it.
OK, Dr. Emily Grossman, lovely to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.